world first, world premiere. We are going live to react to Wrexham's championship fixtures the second that they drop. So, Wrexham in the championship next season. This season, we are in that weird little area now, the grey area. Has the last season just finished? Are we still in the new one or not? And yeah, Wrexham's fixtures for the forthcoming championship season will be released in 4 minutes' time. I know some of you have probably seen the leaks online about who Wrexham could be playing. We will have all the official fixtures the second that they drop on this live stream. So yeah, if you're watching, I know lots of you are on YouTube, then send it over. Let us know who you want on the opening day, which game you're looking forward to the most. I think that if everything's gone according to plan, this could also be live on Twitter as well, on X. Just making sure it has actually worked on all the YouTube settings and stuff. As you can tell, Nathan does all of the tech side. So this is a very bodge setup. Also, it is important to reiterate that we will have the actual full podcast coming later in the day, as well as the fixtures being released at midday. We've also got the Carabao Cup draw, which will come later in the day. I think that's in about 4 hours' time, where we'll be able to bring you news of who Wrexham have in the Carabao Cup. Of course, Wrexham went out in the first round to Sheffield United last season. Wrexham in the same league now, though, as Sheffield United. So lots to look forward to. A very busy day fixture-wise. Myself and Nath will also, of course, be speaking about the big transfer news this week. Paul Mullen's official departure from the club on loan. And yeah, that will get a lot of airtime on the podcast. So this is strictly fixtures. Okay, bear with me with all of that. Going to try and get some graphics on screen as well as soon as they drop in 2 minutes' time, which, knowing me, there could be some serious issues at play there. So yeah, bear with us with regards to that one. Also, apologies if you're watching on YouTube. I think it just sort of cut into the stream because I hadn't pressed go live yet. I had on the software, but not on YouTube itself. So thank you to all of you who are persevering with that. Hello to Kerry Bright in Cornwall. I hope it's sunnier down there than it is up here because it's very grey and dreary at the moment. We've got someone watching from Leicester as well. Sound Systems is looking forward to episode 8 of Welcome to Wrexham. Robert says, what's the occasion for the live chat? Well, Wrexham's championship fixtures are officially out in about 90 seconds' time. So that's why we're doing the live stream, just to give you some live reaction to them, to talk you through them, what they mean, and yeah, bring you all the latest Wrexham news ahead of what is going to be a historic season, hopefully the first of many in the Championship. It's going to be fascinating to see how the club get on. We've also got Jeremy tuning in from Western NY. Good morning to you, Jeremy. And we are seconds away now, 40 seconds away till we can get the fixtures up on screen. So thank you very much to all of you who are tuning in. And yeah, Wrexham in the Championship. It feels surreal. I woke up this morning feeling very giddy, trying to just take it all in, really, because as soon as you get promoted, that's one thing. But then when you see the fixtures come out and you start planning these trips, that is when it all becomes so real and just utterly surreal. So here we go. 10 seconds until we can officially tell you who Wrexham will be facing in the Championship next season. And Wrexham will begin the Championship season with an away trip to face Southampton. Recently relegated Southampton from the Premier League will be Wrexham's first match in the Championship next season. The Premier League side will be the opponents for a 12:30 kickoff at St Mary's, which is not the most enjoyable place to go on a Saturday at 12:30. I can't imagine that too many fans are going to be happy with that one, but it's exciting and it all feels real now. So Wrexham begin the season away against Southampton. I'm sure a few of you will have seen that leaked online, like I said, because that's the way these things tend to happen. I'm going now to try and show you a graphic. So let's see if this works. That should work. It's maybe not ideal. I'll try zoom in a bit for you. So Wrexham, there are your fixtures. Wrexham begin in August by facing Southampton away. And then it's back-to-back home matches against West Brom and Sheffield Wednesday. Also important to note there that the Carabao Cup game, I believe, is played between the Southampton and the West Brom match. So, like we said, the Carabao Cup draw will take place later in the day at about, I think it's 4:30 UK time. So 4 more hours for you, wherever you're watching the world right now. And that match will then be played that week, commencing, I think it would be the 11th of August. So Wrexham would be playing either the 12th or 13th of August. That could be home or away, but it is regionalised at that stage of the tournament. So Wrexham would be in the northern section of the draw, and I think they can basically play, well, they play anyone who's in it at that moment in time. The Premier League teams who are in Europe don't go into it at that stage. They get a pass to round 3, but it does mean that Manchester United could be an opponent for Wrexham in the Carabao Cup, and Wrexham could be playing them in just over a month's time. So that's one to keep an eye on. Like we said, we've got Sheffield Wednesday then. The next away game will be Millwall. I know that'll be quite an accessible one for lots of you in the London Reds and a lot of you worldwide fans who fly into London for the matches as well. That will be hostile. If you don't know too much about Millwall, do your research before you book your tickets for that one. September, of course, Wrexham now have international breaks worked into the fixture calendar as well. That is why there's fewer league matches in those early months compared to those in League One and League Two. QPR, Norwich, Derby, and Leicester City for Wrexham in September. Leicester City, important to note, is a Tuesday night match. So the team who were Premier League champions 9 years ago will be opponents for Wrexham very early on. In October, well, it's our old friends Birmingham City again. They look to be doing some serious business in the transfer window. I, right now, am making them one of the two favourites for me to get automatics next season, Birmingham City. That's how good I think they will be. Done some really good business. Stoke away on the 18th. That'll be fun because they're a team, of course, who we had that famous FA Cup meeting with 10 years ago. How times have changed that Stoke away went from being such a big cup moment for us as a club to now just another league match. It's then Oxford United and Middlesbrough to round out October before the fixture congestion really kicks in. You'll see there, just glancing at the screen, how many more matches we will have to play. Coventry City at home on the 1st of November. And yeah, like we said, another team we played in the FA Cup very recently. So that will be a very enjoyable one. Then Portsmouth away, that's a Tuesday night. That is probably our second furthest away day of the season. Southampton, probably the most grueling of them all. I'm not sure if it's good to get that out of the way so early or not, but yeah. Portsmouth is going to be a difficult one for supporters to get to on a Tuesday night. Another very historic club. They won the FA Cup in 2008. 8th of November, deja vu, promotion day, Charlton at home. Wrexham would love to repeat that with a fine win against Nathan Jones's Charlton Athletic. Welcome back to the circus, Nathan Jones. November is Ipswich away, another team recently relegated from the Premier League. And then Bristol City and Blackburn Rovers at home in quick succession to round out the month. December sees Wrexham make a relatively short journey to Preston. That's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away. Then it's Hull City away, the team we signed Ryan Longman from in January. Watford at home, and then December gets very tasty indeed. Swansea City away in the Welsh derby, first Welsh derby of the season, just before Christmas. Boxing Day sees Wrexham welcome the Blades to the race course. Of course, that is 2 years on? It'll be almost 3 years on from that famous FA Cup meeting between the two teams. And the final game of 2025 will see Wrexham at home to Preston. So we get Preston out of the way in December. Into January, Blackburn away. Of course, we lost to them in the FA Cup last season, or 2 seasons ago, if we're saying the season has just ended. Derby County away on the 4th of January. Again, another very famous and team with rich history. Norwich and Leicester at home in quick succession. I mean, that's Premier League heritage there, isn't it? That will be surreal seeing both of those sides come to the racecourse as equals, hopefully, to Wrexham. QPR away on the 24th of January, and then Sheffield Wednesday away on the 31st. Into the tail end of the campaign, then, will this be Wrexham pushing for promotion? Maybe fighting for their lives. Or who knows? Maybe the season will have petered out by a bit by then. I really don't think it will have done, though, because the Championship is so fiercely contested. By the end of the campaign, you're only really 3-4 wins away from promotion or relegation. That is just how tightly contested it has been in recent years. So, February, Millwall at home, Bristol City away, Ipswich and Portsmouth at home in quick succession, and then a return to the Valley where Wrexham should have won last season. Of course, that dramatic late equaliser for them. But hey, we had the last laugh, didn't we? In March, Wrexham take on Watford away, and then this is more Premier League heritage, isn't it? Watford, Hull, Swansea City, and Sheffield United, all of them in quick succession. And we get into the run-in then. It's really difficult to say at this moment in time what that looks like. You'd maybe expect the likes of Stoke and Oxford to be around the relegation zone, some of the lower end teams in the division. Coventry, of course, got into playoffs last season. Birmingham, I expect to be right up there for automatics, as do I with Southampton. So West Brom away, a trip to the Hawthorns, the reverse fixture against Southampton. Birmingham City away, they will probably need to win that to keep those promotion ambitions alive. Stoke at home, which is a short enough trip, one of the closer games in the league this season. Oxford United, Coventry City, and then Middlesbrough. So those are your Wrexham fixtures for the forthcoming season. I'm now going to try and show you the graphics that Nathan also kindly made before, which are your first 5 games of the season, if I know how to do so. I'm not very good at tech, as you can tell. So there we have it. Those are the games that we've got at this moment in time. What are the colours? Green, red. So yeah, so I just read through some of your comments actually, because I had that all on one screen. I didn't see anything any of you just posted. So we've got Graham from Milton Keynes tuning in. Hello, Graham. We will not be going to Stadium MK this season. Robert says, a London-based team and Wrexham, what do you suggest? Yeah, I'd say Charlton is one of the better London away games to do. There's so many exciting ones next season, though. John and Gainsborough, hello, of course, Wrexham had that famous game against Gainsborough Trinity when they went on to win the FA Trophy in 2013. Chris says, April will be tough. Andy says, we just need the kit reveals now. Yes, we do. Where are those kit reveals? You'd hope to get them in time for the summer holidays, really. I know lots of you will be off on your adventures. So here we are then. The opening 5 fixtures of the season. Max Cloworth there next to the logos of Southampton away, West Brom at home, Sheffield Wednesday at home, Millwall away, and then QPR the day after my birthday. Nice to get that in as early as possible. A little shout out there. So that's how Wrexham's Championship season will begin. The opening 5 games, there's the first 4 of them zoomed in for you. How exciting is this? How real does this feel? And like I said earlier as well, remember, there will be a Carabao Cup game wedged in somewhere there. I think it's between Southampton and West Brom matches. And like we said, we will have details of that on our full podcast, which will come later in the day. So a reminder, this was just an impromptu live so that we can get our fix of Wrexham after such an exciting time for the club. All feels real now. We're getting very close to the new season. Like I said, myself and Nath will be back later on in the day to record our full podcast. That relies on him editing it. He's out in Slovakia still for the European Championship. So that might be 12 hours, 16 hours, 18 hours. I'm not sure. It depends how quickly he can edit all of that. But we're going to wait until the Carabao Cup draw so we can give you a proper reflection of all of that. And of course, like I said, there'll be a full tribute to Paul Mullin as well in that podcast that we'll do later on. So thank you very much to all of you as well. We've got loads of comments on YouTube that haven't been coming in quite as much. Good morning to all of you. And yeah, thank you very much for joining us, really, I suppose. So I was just getting distracted there by Peter Walsh, who's going to the match in Sydney. Very lucky man. Of course, Wrexham have their pre-season tour coming up very, very soon now. And yeah, who knows what awaits for us with the summer ahead. We've already signed Ryan Hardy, who looks a very good signing, a very good addition to the Wrexham squad, someone who's proven at championship level. What else will we do this summer? We'll have to wait and see. But of course, myself and Nath will have you all the latest transfer news across the summer schedule. So thank you very much for joining us for this brief reaction to the Wrexham fixtures. And yeah, bring it on. Wrexham in the Championship, and we'll be with you every step of the way.